don't have to be at this grand level that we don't. We're going to be at the molecular level of understanding individual transactions and what's affecting them, and be able to deploy resources at the individual molecular level, just like we can do it in biology or physical existence and so on.
So, I mean, this will lots of downsides to AI. Obviously, I dread it. I would end it if I could. But there are upsides, and this sounds like one of them. So, like, if you...
Of course.
So we have a COVID again, and we're thinking about, should we issue COVID checks? With AI, we can know the effects of it.
What the money's going for, and that'll change everything. It'll change the controls. And but it is, of course, a two-edged sword, right? It'll change who controls it, who has access to it, who can use it detrimentally to other people. All of these things are part of the question.
Is there any way to avoid like totalitarian social controls under AI, with AI?
I think there's a question of whether you can have social and totalitarian controls, or maybe you just have anarchy. I mean, I don't know where we're going. I can't tell you. I cannot tell you what this world. I do believe we're going to go through a time warp. Okay, what I mean, it's going to feel like, pooh, you're going through over the next 5 years. And that environment is because of these 5 major forces, all of these things, and the changes in the technologies, particularly artificial intelligence and related technologies. So the world 5 years from now is going to be a radically different world. And I don't know what that's going to look like. When you go into the world of quantum computing and what quantum is like, in so many different ways, it raises questions of, what is that like? I'm not smart enough to tell you what that world is going to look like.
But as an investor for 50 years...
Who is in control? I don't know who's in control.
Okay, right. So this is like the opposite of what you've done your whole life, where you try to predict, 5 years hence. That's your whole business, right?
Well, that's, I said my business is try to predict, but I'd say the first thing, whatever success I've had in life has more been due to my knowing how to deal with what I don't know than anything I know. Okay? So how you deal with what you don't know,
I believe that.
Okay, is so important. So my business in a nutshell is I try to find a bunch of bets that I think are good bets, but to diversify well so that I have a bunch of diversified big bets, because I do not know. I mean, in terms of my actual track record, I've probably been right about 65% of the time, okay? And any one bad bet can kill you. So I've known how to deal with that. That's what I've learned, including how to deal with what I don't know.
So now you're describing an environment where you can't really know anything about the world in 5 years.
I could place good bets, okay? There are some things that are highly knowable, okay? Highly knowable, like they say, death and taxes,
right?
Okay? Demographics, okay? So I can know or have a view, for example, that I believe owning dead assets is not going to be a good thing. So I could think about alternative storeholds of wealth. I can think about that. I can place some bets that allow me, they're not the certain bets, but I can place enough bets and have enough diversification that I can be relatively confident of some things, but never absolutely all totally confident. But I think when we're coming back anyway, that's the reality. I'm just describing our reality the best I can. That's why people who are confident in the future and are just experiencing the present, right now, all of them are describing how things are.